Alrighty, how's everyone doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Got a little different setup, so I'm going to be looking over at the comments. And yeah, Susan, you'll be looking. Thank you for being around. That's you're my friend out in Hawaii, right? Carrie, I want to welcome newest member. Carrie, thank you very much. All of the members, they help keep this channel going in that. Keep an eye on the community tab. Carrie, once in a while, put up little posts in that, and you guys let me know if you're members in that, what you'd like to see. If you like little private live streams in that, I can do it for everyone, or what you would like out of this channel. So just let me know. I really appreciate y'all. Oh, Carrie, you're from the Big Island too. Awesome. Susan Yoshi, how are you doing? Can hear you loud and clear. Okay, awesome. Appreciate that. Shayla, how are you doing? Hi, thanks so much. Yeah, no problem. I've got so many people who are just saying, thank you, and they're showing me different things that they're growing. I haven't got my Facebook group link down below. I always forget to do that, but a lot of you are in the Facebook group, and whatever you guys are growing, whether it be hydroponics or not, they're always getting in there and sharing it with everyone. I'm always fascinated by that. So one day I'm going to come on and do a live stream and just go into my Facebook group and just share the pictures and posts that everybody's been doing so y'all can see what's going on. So if y'all have any questions or anything, or you want to learn something or just share what you've been doing, it's a great little community. Kashi, how are you doing? I guess I can put these little notes up on here. All righty. I'm not going to keep you guys too long tonight. We'll just say hello to everyone. When y'all are coming in, just say hey and say where you're from. I'm going to go on over and show you a little update on the microgreens. You remember, if you guys were with us last Friday, I planted one of them out. I'm going to show you how it's going. And if you've been following the channel, every day I've been doing what YouTube calls little shorts. It's little 1-minute videos. And I've just been coming on and showing a little quick update on them so that you can see them growing day by day. So that way, if you're not growing them already, you kind of know what to expect. And we've been doing that this last week. Hey, Trey, how are you doing? Texas. Yeah, Trey's from Texas. And wow, Kashi, you're from Jamaica. Awesome. Shayla, you're from my neck of the woods. Well, I'm in Florida, not down towards St. Petersburg, but I'm up near Jacksonville. Cool deal. And well, we're waiting for everybody to come in, and I'm going to show you the microgreens we grew. Y'all go ahead and check out down below. This time I went ahead and got a little link to Gleam, and I'm going to be giving away 2 packs of microgreen seeds. I said I was going to set that up before. I never got around to it. So I set that up. So while we're talking, if you want to go click down there, you can go on over there and you can enter to be in, and I'm going to give away 2. And you can just still hang out in the stream here and everything. If you guys were with me about 3 weeks ago, I tried to give some away, and my big idea that I was doing it was I was going to put a wheel up here and I put everyone's name on it, spin it, give it away during the stream. And as I was putting the names on, I'm slow at typing and getting them all on there. People kept coming in and got up to about 50 or 60, and it took a couple hours just to get everyone's names on there. So I'm not going to try and do that this time. I don't want to keep you guys here that long. This Black Friday, you guys are probably out shopping, probably tired and everything. So I just want to go ahead and you guys go ahead and get entered in the contest, and we're going to check out these microgreens. I was also here a little earlier. Let me pull up the YouTube chat too. If I seem like I'm ignoring you in that on StreamYard, sometimes the comments come through really slow. And when I get to running my mouth too, so I'm going to pull up the other one here too. Pop out the chat. So what have y'all been up to? Is anybody going to be growing through the winter? Because that's what we're going to be talking about a little bit is, fall's here. Everybody's getting their harvest and everything. And then usually after this, we just till everything under, and then we wait till spring. But we're lucky down here in Florida. We get to grow almost all year round. But some of you aren't that lucky. So sometimes north of here, where I'm in North Florida, Georgia, that's about as far as you can go. And then everybody else, they kind of just shut everything down. But if you're growing indoors, you can grow just like these microgreens. If you keep doing that over and over, it costs a little bit more because you're using more seed. But each one of these, believe it or not, is maybe 25 cents, 25, 50, at the most 50 cents a piece. So you can grow those. Get this. Yeah, and then down in the description too, I came on earlier, and usually whenever Amazon has Black Friday sales or their deal days and that, if I find something that y'all might be interested in, I go ahead and come on and show y'all. So I was on, if you guys saw me earlier this morning, I just put up a little screenshot of a hydroponic system that was on sale, and there's one, and I got the link down there. It's usually $99 and it's 40% off, so it's down to about 59. I think I've got it right here. Yeah, $59. So if anybody's interested in that, that's there. But that's what I was doing this morning. And I didn't see anything else. I was cruising around looking for things. They had the Arrow Garden on last year, and that was a really good price because it's the one that's like a couple $100, and they had like 60% off. But those went quick. And this one I just checked and still looks like they're still in stock. Carrie, I want to know, let's see. I want to ask you about these hydroponic kits. I sent you an email about them and saw that small one you posted about Black Friday. Let's see. So, Carrie, if you're talking about, let me see if I can share this one right here. This is the one that was on Black Friday right here. And I haven't used this one. I was just looking to see which ones they had on sale. I said usually they have the Arrow Garden on sale, which I've used before, and they didn't have one this year that was on sale. But this one looks, it's like our setup. It's got a little reservoir and a little place to hold the plants, and this is actually a little light bar. Whereas the Arrow Garden had like a bigger light system up here. This one, it's got a little thin strip going around. So I think, the Arrow Garden would be a little better, but it was also way more expensive. So this one, is a whole lot cheaper. It's not too terribly big. It'll fit on your countertop. You can grow some lettuce in that. And see, this one comes with your little inserts and nutrients and a pump and everything. And there's that. So that if you want to go like easy, you can just get that's set up and ready to go. I've got mine that are down in my store, and basically pull this off, somewhere like $800. Yeah, it seems so small. Yeah, the ones that are 800, somebody asked me, I might be making a system that's kind of like that. Basically, that's like a reservoir, and it's got like pipes that you can grow in, and they don't really grow all that much. I mean, if you can fill them up, but you've got to have lights all around them. And for $800, you're thinking, what are you going to be growing? The inside, you're going to be growing some lettuce in that. It's not really good to grow. You can grow some smaller tomatoes, but basically it's going to be leafy greens. And for $800, how long is it going to take you to recoup your investment, by saving and buying your own lettuce? Some people just want like to homegrown food, and they'll spend whatever for it. But me, I like to think, if I'm going to put so much money into it, if I can go to the store and I can buy, even if you want organic, how long is it going to take you to recoup $800? So if you like doing it like a hobby, you can do it and spend that much. But we're going to be building some here too, because basically, if you look at all our systems, ours is Kratky. And if you look at down in the description where I have mine, it's basically just a container. I drill some holes in the top, and you use the little pool noodles to hold your plants in it. Just like that, it's just any kind of container. I use downspout because it sat on a rail. It was pretty cool. I had like 8 feet in between my rails, so I could have 8-foot downspout and plants growing all around it. So if you saw like my videos from a year, 2 years ago, you'll see something like this all around my porch. But basically, it's just a container, and we just got plants that are held in place with the pool noodles. And then you don't have to worry about, these are fake plants, so don't worry about it. I'm not going to pull them out, just for demonstration. Basically, you can get net cups if you want. They'll hold these pool noodles in a little easier. I just want to make it as simple as possible for everyone, so everyone can try it without, thinking of all these different things that they have to do. So you have any kind of container, I've got the other food grade containers, and I can pull some of those out of there, but they're basically bigger containers, and you drill holes in them, put a little nutrients in it, and you grow your plants. And there's a little bit of stuff you have to know about it. Hey Jeff, how are you doing? But if you get you want to take it a step up, then you put an air stone in it, and you get a little aeration in the water. That's what they're adding into that. And then if you're going to build it like a tower, then you have to have a pump, because you've got to pump that water up to the top and let it drizzle back down and recirculate. So basically, those bigger ones, the small countertop ones, are basically the Kratky system with a little light and an air stone in the water for aeration. The taller ones are basically the same thing, except they've got a pump to recirculate the water. So you've got a reservoir, a pump, and some pipes. And $800, even with a couple of lights on it, seems, pretty steep to me. Hope everyone had I hope you had a good Thanksgiving too, Jeff. How are you doing? So as you guys all come in, I've got down in the description below, there's an entry for microgreens if you want to win. I've got these microgreens that we grow. There's 16 different varieties I'm going to put in it. I'm going to give away 2 of those, and you can give it a try. So I'll show you guys that. We've got people still coming in here, but we'll go ahead and get started. I can always repeat some of the stuff. Let me get a little sip of water, and we'll get started. So who was here last week, like last Friday when I planted some out? We planted cress. I'll start with that one, so you can see how it's going. So if you were here last week, I'll come up closer to the camera. You know what? I'm going to spin you guys around while we show these. Now, this is all different, and we talked about this last week too. Me and my wife were setting up. This is actually our garage, and we tore everything apart, and that's a finish that she did. So this channel, we're going to start doing like home and garden. So besides the gardening and that, we're going to be showing how to, she's going to teach people how to do different finishes and to decorate. So this was just a old garage, and she finished that out. So she's going to be doing her demonstrations there and on her channel. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. But if you were here last week, we planted out cress. So if you missed that, go back to last week's live stream, and you can see us planting this out. And you can see this is how much it's grown. See if I got a little bit of light here. So that's how much it's grown. It germinated, and it's about that big. So you can see it looks pretty good. Oop, that's the label. Now, if you go into our group, our Facebook group, there's a lot of people who went and found this at the Dollar Tree, and they've been growing with these. So basically, this just sat. I covered it up. And if you watch day by day, you'll see after about 3 days, took it off and went ahead and have them under the lights, and they just started growing. So this is 6 days. For this one, 7 days. The rest of these are 6, because after I did this with y'all on Friday, and then the next day I went and planted the rest of them out. So this 7 days. But watercress is usually a little smaller. It takes a little longer to grow. The water's still clear, so there's no nutrients in it. We don't have algae growing in it yet. It's been here for a week. And these guys, what's going to happen is these, let's see right there, it's getting a little bigger. We can start harvesting those and sprinkling those on your salads and what have you. Cress is one of the healthiest microgreens around. These are growing a little slower. I probably got to spin it around where light is. And, basically I just let these sit in there for the whole week. I didn't move them or anything. And the video I put out tomorrow, I'll show you, I just watered this, went down about an inch for the week, and I just filled it right back up. And basically that's all I've done, is just refilled it once. And now you've got microgreens. But what we're going to do with this is plant these out. And I'll do a video on that too. And if you guys get something delicate like this, and you're sitting here and trying to pull like one out at a time and trying to plant that, that's going to be a little difficult, right? What you want to do, I found out with the cress, because I tried to grow this for years and years and didn't have any success. This last time I really did have some. And what we did was we went on over, and I just came in here. We pulled like a big chunk of it out, and I divided. I'll just pull some here because I've got more. And I pull a chunk of it out like this. Well, this is a little bigger. I'm trying to do it with one hand. We'll set it down. And it actually just took a chunk of it like that. Can you see? And I'll show you a video of that. Left the dirt on and everything. I just took it, we just knocked a little bit of it off. Didn't mind getting everything. Since you don't have any pumps in the Kratky system, you don't have to worry about it getting clogged up. And I put those in a clump like that. I just grab, I don't even count. So it's about that many. And I'll show you, if you guys stick around for, I think sometime this week, I'll try to get it edited. And I'll show you guys, put that on my wife's container. I'll show you guys how good that grows, and it was awesome. So we had cress in all these containers, left it like a month, didn't even touch it, and just let it grow. And they grow in these little bundles. And somebody was talking about they grew a lot of cress in that and gave me like a recipe for it. It was like awesome. Let me check the comments real quick before I go to that. Wow, you turn your garage into a thing of beauty. Awesome, cool, appreciate that. Yes, but that's my wife. That's what she's been doing that for 20 years. That was her job. Was she was going in and doing decorative finishes and murals. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to get more lights around here, and she's going to put up a Christmas tree and do like different tutorials for Christmas decorations and everything. But after the Christmas tree comes down, this finish will change like every week. She'll put a different finish up, and she's going to show people how to do it so that you can make something that looks like wallpaper, and everybody can do it with just stuff that you can find up at Home Depot or Lowe's. So she's going to be doing that over and over. And then she's going to do some murals. She's been painting murals for 20 years. She's going to be showing you guys how you can paint like simple murals. Like if you want to redo your kids' room, she's going to teach you how to paint like the clouds and skies and hills and grass and trees. And then you can like download pictures of superheroes or bunnies or fairies or whatever you want and paste them on. So it's going to be pretty cool. Good growth for 1 week. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And that's all with Brad from Hidden Harvest Grow Lights. It's from Brad's grow lights are sitting under there. And I'm going to get a setup with it and show you all that. Whenever I try to grow microgreens, there's a white mold at the bottom. Can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? If there's not a whole lot when it first starts, a lot of the microgreens have like air roots, and the very first roots that come out look like fuzz or look like mold, and it's not actually mold. If you're growing it in soil and it's like growing over the soil where there's no microgreens, then that might be mildew. But pretty much if you see the roots, if it's like on your microgreen and the roots look all fuzzy, that's like perfectly normal. And usually when they get a little bigger, that kind of goes away. Trying to think which ones really did that. Some of these, yeah, I don't see any mold here. I've got a little fan going. Do you have any aeration going? I'll show you, if you take a look at my videos where I was doing the 1-minute videos, if I shoot over to the left a little, you see a little fan. So there's a little 3-foot area, and I've got a little fan, and it kind of keeps air blowing across it, and that seems to help. Microgreen's awesome. I'm new to this channel. Hey, I missed the live stream last week. Hey, cool deal, Sherry. Nice to see you. And if you're interested in it, just enter the drawing down below. I'm going to be giving away microgreens if anybody wants to try to grow anything like that. It's a good way to try different varieties. There's basil that smells like cinnamon. If you brush your hand over it, smells like you've got a bunch of cinnamon in the room. There's wasabi flavored mustard greens. There's beets, kohlrabi, kale. I think I've got collards and peas, corn, sunflowers, all kinds of stuff. Jeff, I'm definitely going to find a nice container to grow some microgreens. Yeah, do it, Jeff. You'll love it. Look really close. Yeah, they're fine roots and it's not mold. Okay, so no, are you saying no, you don't have any ventilation? So if you have a little bit of air moving around, that kind of helps. I'm here in Florida. We have like really high humidity, and if it just sits there, this is self-watering. Another thing you might want to do if you keep having problems with mold or mildew is not do the self-watering. If you can be home and you can take care of it yourself, then check out like all the other people who grow microgreens. I can make a couple videos too, but if you check out On the Grow Farms, they're an awesome little channel. You can also bottom water it. You can go ahead and get your microgreens, put a little, you plant them, put a little bit of soil on the top of them, and you spritz it down, you get it moist, and once it germinates, you don't water from the top anymore. That you take your trays, they'll have holes in the bottom, and you can dip them and bottom water them, and then that keeps the top layer dry, and that helps with your mold and mildew. Since this is self-watering, it tends to be wet, a lot of times. So if you don't have a little aeration on it, it's going to tend to get a little bit of mold or mildew. So I've got a fan growing on it. Let me show you real quick what we've got. This is pak choi. And this is it's a little container from KFC. That's what we said we're going to be growing in, like recycled containers or upcycled, whatever they want to call it. Usually you just toss this away. This is like the third time that I've grown in this container. It's real easy because you don't have nutrients, all kinds of stuff, dirtying up the containers, just water down here. So when you're done, just, after you trim it, you just have roots, you just pull it off. The paper towel is old, so the paper towel just comes apart, rinse it off, and just wash it, and you're ready to go. This is another one. I'll show you again pak choi because I've got a lot of pak choi grown because all of ours out front are about ready to harvest. So I've got to have some ready to go. So I've got 2 containers of pak choi because we're going to eat some of them, and then we're going to put a lot into the containers. We just love growing pak choi. But that's your little food prep container. Or if you get like Chinese takeout, they usually have them in that. A lot of the other takeout places. But if you go to the store and you get food prep containers, they're usually a little thicker and they'll last a little longer. I've used these things like 10 times. They last pretty long. But this is all the same thing. We just set it up. I'll show you this. Put a little wick in it. If you can see the water, I don't want to dump it everywhere. It's just plain water in there. And that wick just soaks up the water. Put it on there. Like I said, we covered it up. You guys saw day by day what we were doing. After about day 3, took the lid off and just let it go. And yesterday I just refilled this. It got down about halfway. Just refilled it once, and that's all I've done. And boom, you've got microgreens. So these guys, you can see they're already big enough that you can start harvesting right there. I'm like shaking, right? And if you let them go just a little bit longer, this is what we're going to do: is pop these out. See how easy that is? Boom, right into the pool noodle. And then in a couple weeks, you've got baby greens. If you let it go longer than that, then you have full-grown pak choi. Look at this guy. This is red acre cabbage. And sorry if I'm missing the comments. I'm like looking this way and this way. I want to show you that one. That looks pretty cool. And that's just a little, what do they call it? A little snack thing. It came with a lid. And let me see if I can pull it out here. And it already had like a little insert. I won't be able to get it out. Well, I'll show you the video how I put that one together. Maybe the other one come out a little easier. There we go. Try not to squish your plants. That's just water in there. But see, it already had that little insert. And we just put a little soil, put a little wick, put some soil in, drop that insert down there. I squashed it. And then it had a lid on it too. So while this was germinating, I put that down in there. I put that lid on top and it kept it kind of moist, pulled it off. Boom, started growing. This is cress again. I've got 2 cress and 2 pak choi because we're going to be eating a lot of that. So we've got those grown so we can like eat one of these as microgreens, and then we can plant the other ones in downspouts. But these are all pretty cool. You imagine having some of these sitting around and your guests were coming to eat, and you're like, hey, go trim me some of your own microgreens, rinse them off and toss them on your salads, or sit there and make spring rolls. That's pretty cool. And one more I got here. That's our red garnet amaranth. I love growing that. We've got a bunch of these that are like plants already. Some of them are gone to seed. But that looks pretty cool. And that's just in our cup. Let's see if I can pop that up. Same thing. The wick. If you guys were watching day by day, the first day you saw me uncover this, they looked like they're all laying down. I'll do another video on that, but the reason why was because the whole thing's got reflective surface. My box, I've got that bubble wrap that's got that reflective surface on the top, bottom, everywhere. And when I had it covered up, it wasn't completely covered up. It was a square instead of a circle. And the light was reflecting up from down below. So all of these plants started to germinate, and they all started hanging over, reaching down towards the light was coming from below. So the first day I pulled it off, it looked like they were all laying down. They were fine. They were just all going towards the light. And then I let it sit out for a day or two, and it took off. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys want to grow stuff like that, like I said, I'm going to give away a couple of those. And hey, Gina Bina, how are you doing? Let me see how many people I missed on here. You're welcome. What a genius DIY setup. Thank you for your knowledge. Hey, no problem. Yeah, awesome. That's what we want to do. And you guys, if you try this out, what we want to do is try to feed the world, right? Try to teach everybody. Wouldn't it be great if everyone everywhere knew how to grow some of their own food? So if you guys, got any ideas, share them with everybody. Gulf Coast, how are you doing? And let me get back up through here. I know I missed a lot of questions. Sorry about that, guys. I was sitting there running my mouth. Whenever you guys learn something, share it with someone else. If you want to share any of these videos, there's a little button just says share. Or if you're growing it, if your friends come over, show them what you've grown, tell them how to do it, share it. I don't know if you guys are on Facebook and other social sites. Just let everybody know, because you guys don't realize that if you tell one person, that one person might tell another person or two people. If that goes over and over and over, you don't know how quick that adds up to 1 million. It's just really mind-boggling that once people start sharing stuff. So, if we learn something that can help people all around the world, you guys going out there and just sharing it. If there's like 100 of you and you just share it, you won't believe how fast that gets around. So it's just awesome. Once you plant the microgreens in the pool noodles, do you keep them under the grow lights or transfer them outside? I usually put them outside. I've got a small house right now. If I had a big place, we might keep them inside. And we're trying to, Brad was gracious enough to give me some more lights. And I'm trying to find some kind of spot where I can put them. So during the winter, even though I don't need to do it here, I'm in Florida. Basically, I can grow outside like almost all year round. And but I'm going to try and set up someplace inside to show people who are up north that they can do it too. So usually I would. So this year I'm going to try it inside, but I don't have that much space. You can see that, just that right there, there's 6 plants, but I have a 3-foot shelf. So 1, 2, I could put maybe like 3 of those in there, but then they'd start to get bunched up together. And you know what happens when you bunch your plants up too close? I'm trying to get some racks in that, so I'm going to have some fun with that. But if you grow inside, you got to have the right lights, and you got to have like the right amount. If not, it's just not going to work. See, a small fan is good if you think it's mold. Yeah, exactly. Appreciate that, Jeff. I think I like the hydrogen pellets for my medium. They tend to have white specks growing on them all the time. Is that mold harmful as well? Yeah, it grows a little bit. Basically, it's not. Basically, microgreens are a little safer to grow than sprouts. Sprouts, if you go to sell them, like in farmers market or anything, like if I was going to sell them, different states have different requirements. But here in Florida, sprouts tend to have more mold and bacteria because they're in a wet environment. So once they grow mold or anything on them, you can't really get them off, because if you've grown them in a jar, they're all over the entire plant. And basically microgreens, if they're in the soil and it starts, your microgreen grows up, you don't trim right next to the soil. You wait till these get a little bigger and you trim up above it so that you don't get any of that soil. So basically microgreens are a lot safer than sprouts. So if you're concerned about it, if you've got a little bit like on your hydrogen, let's make sure that they've grown far enough and you cut them up and, don't cut down near them. Usually salt built up. Yeah, that can be it too. If you've got like a circulating system and it's pouring your nutrients over it, then it can do it. You'll get that buildup all inside of your system too. Gulf Coast, how are you doing? Thank you. Let's see, just made some self-wicking containers for meal prep trays like you showed on your last stream. Awesome, cool. And if you can, like I said, if you want to share, look up Keep On Growing for a Facebook group, and we're in there. My wife will let you in. We've got it where we got to approve people to get in there, but go on in there and share what you're growing. Always awesome to see what everybody's doing. Brooklyn, what a genius setup. Yep, love your technique and the fact you're upcycling. Yeah, isn't that cool? That's all reuse containers. These are all Dollar Tree. This was like $1, and I use that over and over and over. I mean, this is heavy duty. This one here, you know, we already used that about 6 times, and it still looks brand new. But the takeout containers, we use those because when we were growing the plants, instead of growing them like this in the mason jars and containers, some people were asking for like food grade, and we had a bunch of milk jugs, and we said, well, milk jugs, that's food grade, and we're throwing them away. Like every week we're throwing them in the garbage. So we figured, well, why not try and use that? So if you guys kind of look at some of my older videos, I've got like a whole garden that's nothing but milk cartons. There was like 60 of them. Grew a lot of broccoli in it. It was pretty cool. Hey, Pia, how are you doing? Jelly Duck, what's up? Let's see, Tiffany, how are you doing? Don't apologize. It was great listening. Okay, cool. I'm new. Let's see, what are some good lights for indoors? Basically, you can start, if anybody's got recommendations for that, you can use fluorescent lights. They've got grow lights that are fluorescent. Those are not that expensive. You can get like a 2, 3, or 4 foot one. You can start with just a little metal rack in your house somewhere, and just don't try to do too much too fast. That's what a lot of people do, and then something goes wrong and they get discouraged in that. Start small, get something small. When you want to go ahead and really get into it, if you figure you like it and you kind of got the hang of it, Brad Hidden Harvest grow lights, that's what I use, and those are fantastic. That's what these things are growing. Like I said, this is 6 days, and all I've done was kept them covered up for 3 days, uncovered them, and haven't really done anything. The soil now, if you were here last week when we planted them, you saw that it was seed starting soil, and that way I don't have to worry about putting in nutrients in it. Some people say you don't need anything for microgreens. They've got enough energy, but I found that, they'll just sprout, and that's about it. If you want them to grow a little bigger, because we're going to be putting them into our downspouts, instead of putting nutrients in there, and then you might end up wasting nutrients too, I just get seed starting mix, which is basically meant for, the baby seeds to germinate. So the soil that I use in there is just Jiffy organic seed starting mix. Now, there's a bunch of plants in there because you're not really going to, if you want to plant this, you want to space them out like that, right? So it's not going to have enough nutrients in there, for your plant to get, the size where you would like transplant them. So, there's enough in there for them to get big enough to transfer them over. But I actually did a video where I think I left the amaranth in there, and I left it in for like a long time, and I took some and planted them in the downspout, and then I showed the difference between just leaving it in there and then putting them in your nutrients. And I have a video coming out on that. Hey, Hua Extreme, how are you doing, bud? Everybody that's just coming in, Jelly Duck, how are you? Everybody's just coming in. If you want to, down in the description, there's it says to enter the contest. I'm going to give away 2 packs. It's going to have 16 different varieties. I should have it written up somewhere, but I didn't. But you guys have seen the videos and all the different ones that we've been growing. If you just go back to my older videos from like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm growing the microgreens, I kind of listed all of them. There's 16 different varieties that are going to come in it, and I'm going to give away 2 of those packs. I'll probably be giving away a lot more throughout Christmas. We're also going to be, let me see what else we're also going to be doing some kind of sale. I know that this is Black Friday. You guys have been bombarded with sales. I've even put up like Amazon, the stuff that I found, and everybody's spending money and everything. So I'm going to wait until like halfway to Christmas, maybe like 2 weeks from now. And I'll go ahead and put up a sale then and give you guys a break. I didn't want to like just dump everything on you. You know, I know everybody's been out there buying stuff all day. But I'm going to have some kind of sale where somebody made a suggestion to me if I did something with maybe one of the grow boxes and maybe put in one of the microgreen containers, nutrients, some sample seeds, and the ebook, you know, like everything you would need to get started to practice to, you know, grow something, to grow some microgreens, to plant those out and grow baby greens. So I'm putting something like that together, and I'll have some kind of sale for Black Friday. It'd be pretty cool. But that's all coming. But if y'all want to get in on the contest, that's like free. Just you can go click on it now, and you can jump on over there and sign up for it, and you know, leave this tab open and come back here. What's up, Jan? Mike, where do you get your grow boxes with the heat reflectors, or do you make your own? Let's see. Which ones are you talking about, Jan? Did you see one in one of my videos? The reflector that I put on it, I just took the same material. I guess I got to do a video for that too. That material that I made my my box my grow box that I have inside the house. Is that what you're talking about? Where I have my microgreens that you've seen like during the last week? That's Home Depot and Lowe's, I think, have it. If you go where the insulation is, you know, you walk down and they'll have like the big rolls of insulation and everything, and then they'll have like a smaller section with spray foam and things like that. They'll have a roll and it'll look nice and shiny. You can't miss it, and it comes in like, I think like 18-inch and 24-inch and up to 3 or 4 feet like wide. And I just buy that. I think I bought like a 2-foot roll, and you just cut it, you know, with a scissors. It's real easy, and just cut it. And actually that box, if you guys look at where I was growing my microgreens, that's just a wire rack. And all I did was put it on the sides and the top and around on the bottom. All around the sides, I just took zip ties and just zip tied it on. One side I zip tied the top, and I left the bottom off so that I could lift it up and just kind of peek in there if I wanted. And I left it off the top because, like I said, here in Florida, we get hot. If you guys are somewhere where it's like stays cold, or it's in like a cold spot of your house, you keep this closed. That's a little bit of insulation. Those lights will put off a little bit of light, and they'll keep it warm. Here in Florida, it got too warm, you know, so the top, I keep it on there if I want to reflect the light, but I didn't zip tie it down so that I can move it over or take it off if I needed some of the heat to get out the top. So you guys got to use your own indiscretion on where you live and how hot you want it to be. Am I way behind on the comments? Let's see, I used to use Hydroton baby greens, no circulating system. I use Kratky method, spritz the roots and nutrient solution again. Thanks so much. Yep, cool. Hey, Alan, how are you doing? Aloha. And Alan, we spoke, right? I spoke with so many different people, I get a little mixed up, but I think that I spoke with Alan on the phone. Really appreciate sharing your knowledge. Hey, no problem. Like I said, and all you do is once you learn something, if you enjoy it, share it with somebody else too, right? Just pay it forward. And sooner or later, like I said, I want to do that. I want to think, you know, instead of like, I can only grow so much and show you guys so much, but wouldn't it be cool if we just made like a goal that we tried to show as many people as possible? Everybody just shared it and taught like the whole world how to grow. The Rustic Gardener just did a video on light setup indoors. Okay, cool. You can check that one out. Good video for people who don't have the money. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Check that one out. Shop lights work. Yep, 500, 5,000, 6,500, as bright as they can get. And I think in most of those, and I've seen some of those in Home Depot too, with the grow lights and that too. Are you selling the kits you were talking about, or showing us how to make them? Carrie, if you look down in the description, what I've got is actually the downspout, one of the kits, and I just put this back to buy one get one free. So if you want to look down there, if you get the buy one get one free, you get the 2-pack. It's going to have 2 of these, and I've marked it off like half price so that it's like buy one get one free. But you get 2 of these, You're going to get the little pool noodles to hold everything in place, and you'll get nutrients. And I've got a sample pack of nutrients. I'll show you guys. It's real simple if you're just beginning. And I put both things you need, calcium nitrate, and this one's got the master blend and the Epsom salt already mixed up. Now I've got it portioned out so that that's just the right portion for 5 gallons of water. So if you just get your 5-gallon bucket, put this in it. Little directions come inside of it. I just make it, as easy as can be. So this comes in there. So this is enough for 5 gallons. So that downspout takes a little over a gallon to fill it up. So you'll be able to fill it up and refill it. You'll get 1 or 2 grows out of it. Let's see. So I have that, and I have a food grade container that's in there too. But with what I was talking about with the microgreen grower and the ebook and everything, that's going to be a special that I'm putting together. And when I put that all together, I'll actually come on live and tell everyone about it too. So if you want to wait for that, you can. If not, it's just the nutrients, the pool noodles, and the container. And I think the food grade container actually throw one of those microgreen growers in it. Should we storm miscast tonight? Yeah, if you want to. Some people were a little shocked. Like I said, I don't know. They're adults over there. Where we go over there, cut up and have fun. And I didn't know how crazy they were going to get. So, some people, aren't expecting it. But, if you enjoy it, that's cool. I like hanging out with them. Mike, are you from Hawaii? You've got an unusual amount of island here. No, I'm not. My mom was actually born in Hawaii, I think on the Big Island. And I've never been. She came over to Miami, I think when she was 30. And she went back to visit a couple times, but I've got family out there. I should come out to visit. Those pool noodles, I'm not sure because it's not food grade. Can you talk about that or offer an alternative? I love the idea of using them. Yeah, the pool noodles, basically, it's, like I said, this isn't a real plant. It's a fake plant, so don't worry about like the brown roots and everybody's like, oh my God, look at the roots. It's just a fake plant. Basically, your pool noodle is holding the plant in place. You're not putting it on the roots. The roots aren't growing through it like rock wool. So it's just holding the plant in place. So even if you have it where when this is small, it might fall down and the leaves will hold it up, but the roots dangle down. You don't want to squeeze it. If you squeeze it, you're holding the plant in place. Another thing is that pool noodles, most of them are made out of EVA and not PVC. PVC is the stuff that, if it gets heated up, leaches bad stuff. I haven't seen a whole lot of studies or anything suggesting EVA they actually use on toddlers' teething rings and medical supplies and different things where they want like a plastic, but they can't use PVC. They actually use EVA. So I kind of looked that up, and most of the pool noodles are made out of that too. But you're not really going to have the roots and everything growing through it. It's just kind of holding it in place. So if you've got it, in a container, if it's in a food grade container, basically you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Another alternative is they've got hydroponic growers have cloning collars that you can use. I'm not real sure if those are food grade or not. I'm assuming, some of them are. And then the other ones are, you can use, somebody said like loofahs, different things, or natural sponge, like a sea sponge or something. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Really, this system is just holding your plant in place. Like the rock wool, it's actually a medium for it to grow through. The hydroton, it's a medium, and the roots grow through that too. Basically, the pool noodle is just holding it in place. Mike, what do you use amaranth for? We just use it with all of our stuff. There's recipes. If you don't mind the flavor and you want to season up a little bit, you can cut it up and fry it up. We just like to take it. It's got like an earthy taste to me. It's reminiscent of like beets. So I don't put a whole lot of it. So we've got it. I like to put different color things. That's why I grow, like this, like the red cabbage and, the amaranth, besides, all of this stuff, the purple kohlrabi and things. is just to have different colors, because they said, that there's different vitamins and nutrients and everything in the different colored stuff. So I like to have a little variety. So we love amaranth. So we cut it up, and if you're having like a salad, you just cut some leaves and just put a couple in there, chop them up. Or, if you get them small enough, and put them in whole. Or like our spring rolls, if you're rolling up a spring roll and you can see through it, if you just have a bunch of green stuff in it, it just looks like a cabbage roll or something. But if you put all these different colored microgreens in it, it kind of looks like a little rainbow. Hi from Australia. Hey, how are you doing? Awesome. Big Bo, I'm Iranian. Can you explain fertilizers? Jeannie, how are you doing? And did I miss most of the other comments? Sorry about that. I'll get back up through here. Nutrients are just, it's what the plant needs. You can't use traditional fertilizers, because basically those are taking into account that you're growing in the soil, and the soil's alive. There's a bunch of different micronutrients and everything that's in there. Your soil has a bunch of things that are already there, that mainly what your plants are going to use a lot of is NPK, and that's usually what most of the traditional ones are. And you can't use just that, because this is growing in water. So if you just put NPK fertilizer in it, you're missing out on like hundreds of other things. So what you got to get is hydroponic nutrients, or something that's basically, it's taken into that account. And master blend is basically the easiest stuff to use. If you get master blend, you put a little calcium nitrate and Epsom salt, and that's what we mix that up. And plants have enough to grow, to at least to your baby green, and the greens grow pretty good. Some people grow tomatoes and everything. If you get into anything like tomatoes, cucumbers, fruiting plants, you're gonna have to kind of watch your nutrient level. You're gonna have to check your pH. There's gonna be other things got to get into. So that's why here what we do is mainly microgreens, leafy greens, get everybody started, get everybody excited about it. And then once you know how to do all of that, then you can kind of step it up. But I try not to like throw too much at somebody in the very beginning, because it's like if you're going to learn how to ride a bike, it's just like if they just throw you on a 10 speed and throw you downhill, your very first time. You jump on a bike, you get on there with training wheels. This is basically your training wheels. People get excited. They see all these different videos, because everybody on YouTube wants to seem like they're the smartest, and they're trying to teach you everything like they know everything. So they put all this information out there, and then everybody gets out there and they get overwhelmed. They're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And you guys know we've probably been there before. Instead of starting small with a little small garden, you go to do that, and you're like, well, we got this much room. We got this much room. Before you know, you're taking on a whole lot. And people tend to do that with the hydroponics. And there's a little bit of a learning curve with it. And they try to take on too much, and then they get discouraged because they like spend a lot of money on it or time, something didn't turn out right. So we like to go ahead and get everybody excited, because once you learn how to do this, and you do this over and over and over, then you take your next step to something else, and take your next step, and then you master things. And it's just like you're going to school. You start with your ABCs, and now you don't start learning calculus. So this is your ABCs. Get to know how to do that. You do it over and repetition. Then once you're comfortable with it, then you kind of step up from that. Hey, dude from Ohio. Hello, Ohio. How are you doing? I just did some web searching while watching. Multiple sites show EVA as food safety disclaimer. I'm not an expert either. If you guys want to look that up, go ahead and check that out. I live in Colorado and want to grow in the garage. Yeah, it's snow and it gets really cold, but it can be warm and sunny a couple of days. Any tips on how to deal with the temps? Yeah, it's just going to be, if you grow indoors, you're basically going to have the climate control, to what you feel comfortable with. Be growing your plants and everything. Hey, CB, how are you doing? This man is all I can say. It does not come any easier. Awesome. Appreciate that, bud. Y'all check out CB's channel too. If you're trying to grow outside, you can have short growing seasons. If it's snowing, you can talk to CB. He's over there. He's got a greenhouse. Is another thing you can do. Set up a little greenhouse. He's got big ones set up, but you can set up smaller ones. I've got one that's about 6 feet by 8 feet. it's not all that big. So you can set up little things. You can set up a little lean-to or hot box. You can put up high tunnels to kind of make your way through like the colder weather. And then the heat is just, that's something we all deal with. It's trying to keep things in the shade. Lots of morning sun, afternoon shade. These containers, you're not going to want this to be sitting out in the sun, direct sunlight all day long, because if you let this nutrient level get down like halfway sitting in the sun, it's just like if you have a Coke can out there, it warms up real fast, right? So you can let it get some morning sun and then afternoon shade, and if you need to, you can keep it shaded, you can insulate it, you can wrap it with wood. We'll come up with all different ideas for you. But the heat is something, everybody just has to deal with. Here in Florida, we get, temperatures were like, the heat index was around 100, but I know there's some people out west who are trying to grow, and they were talking like it was like 100 and 113, 115 degrees. That was crazy. Mike, your link in the description for True Leaf does not work. Oh, okay. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Now see if I can find it. All right, if anybody wants anything from True Leaf, I'm going to post a link in the comments. Somebody just click on that and tell me if that works. And if it does, come back later and I'll go back into the description and fix it and everything. I don't want to like keep you guys, while I'm trying to do that. So see if that link goes over to True Leaf Market. But that's where I got all these seeds, and you can see it's like excellent germination rate. This is the one that we planted last week, and we just yanked out. That's what we yanked out there. If you guys weren't here earlier, but basically you can see, that's pretty much, pretty close to 100% germination there. So that's why I like using them. They're awesome seeds. Every one of these, you can see that they're all just filled out. And if you go back like the whole week, it only takes a couple of minutes, because I was doing 1-minute videos throughout the week. You can see day 1, day 2, day 3. This one right here is going to be day 6 or day 7, whichever one I'm on. I'm not going to shoot another video, a 1-minute video today, so people can just come in and see today's. And tomorrow I'll go ahead and film again. So I'll go ahead and let these go another, we'll go up to about 10 days, and then we're going to plant some of the downspouts. So I'll do a little 1-minute thing up until we do that, so you guys can see how long it grows. And like I said, I could sit there and I can grow it and plan them out and everything, and then film everything along the way, and then condense it down into one video. You really don't get a sense of, if I say, it could have took 3 weeks, and I could say, well, this was 1 week. But if I'm going through day by day and taking a picture or taking a little short video every day, you can see it growing. So you kind of get a sense of, how long it takes for everything to grow. You can tell that some things like, like this cress, took a little longer than, like, say, the pockchore that grows really fast. And both of these are both 6 days old. So you kind of get a sense of, things take a little bit longer. I don't have cilantro here. I actually had cilantro planted out, but cilantro takes a little while longer to germinate, and they're just starting to germinate. So next live stream or a couple days from now, I'll have some pictures of cilantro on there too. So you kind of see it take, different things take different time. Oh, and then I'm going to get sunflower sprouts, the corn shoots, and peas. I'm going to get all those grown too. All right, let's see. True Leaf is awesome. Great seed. Customer service early in this year. They were the only place I could find seed. Yeah, they're awesome. That's what the link works. Awesome. Appreciate it, Hua. I was having trouble finding seeds and everything too, and everything that I get from them is just like awesome. I love them. It's not heated. I'm considered those vertical kits. I'm a newbie and have a ton to learn. Yeah, if it's not heated, you just have to be careful. They're gonna, if you've got it indoors and you keep it above freezing, then you should be all right. Especially like that pak choi. That's why I've got so much growing right now. The variety that I had before was Shiro, I think, Shiro, and that one actually like froze a little bit. I had like some freezing temperatures. It wasn't like way below freezing, it was just a couple degrees, and then they actually froze and thawed out, and then they were okay. But just keep your nutrients from freezing. I will try Todd seeds too. Okay, cool. It said another one. I have aphids in my basement. I have planted inside, and it's hard to froze outside. Any ideas on how to get rid of them? Anybody? I think we were talking last week. There's a beetle that you can put on them to control them. Yeah, that's one thing. Not inside. Okay, and I'm a newbie. Also live in Michigan. Similar weather. Might try a section off part of the garage for weather. Yep. Does anybody have anything to do with aphids? Usually what I do, I mean, I see them as soon as I see them. If the plant's a little bigger, I just, pick off what I can and remove them, far. Some people just like put them in a bucket of water and drown them or kill them. Somebody said mix a little bit of neem oil with water and a little dishwashing detergent, spray it on there and see, just a drop of dishwashing detergent that breaks up the oil. And I think they said about a teaspoon of neem oil in your bottle. Give that a try. If you're home and you can watch, you kind of keep an eye on your plants. If you see anything, you got to look really close. And usually sometimes the aphids, they grow fast. If you don't keep an eye on it and you don't keep on top of it, it can just get out of hand. Cheers, fellas. Hey, how are you, Real? So everybody, if you haven't, the contest is below. You can just click on the link that says enter the contest. I forgot what I wrote, something microgreen giveaway. I'm going to give away 2 of those. I've got the contest till Monday, I think, 3 days. I'm going to let it run for like 3 days. That way, if anybody sees this video over the weekend, they can still enter. And then Monday, I'll go ahead and draw it, and then I'll go ahead and post the winners. I think that I can draw it and share the screen with y'all. So I might just come on Monday, like really quick, not take up. I know I said I'm not going to take up too much of your time. It's like over an hour already, but just come on Monday and pull that up and actually do the drawing, and we'll see who wins and pass them out. You can release ladybugs in the house. Yeah, you can do ladybugs. Just be careful. Mighty wash. For aphids, I use very light Dawn dish soap. Yeah, that's what somebody was saying. Dish soap and Mighty Wash. Give that a try. I know they're a pain. Are you growing hydro or soil? Hydro. Thanks, Jeff. That's what I've been doing. Just want to know if there's any better options. Okay, cool. Get some ladybugs. They do not do any damage to the house. Yeah, we had ladybugs one time, a female one. I didn't know that they did this, and they release this pheromone and it attracts other ladybugs, and it was during mating season, and one got in our house and walked around a window or something, and we came home and there must have been a crack somewhere where they could come in or something, and there was like hundreds and hundreds of ladybugs in our house all over the place. It was wild. Aphids like to hide in every nook and cranny. Yeah, it may take many days to eradicate them. Yeah, I also power spray them off with a dog hose in the tub. Yeah, that's another thing. And if you have plants like this where you can pull them out, like he was saying, you pull those out and you can actually take them outside, turn them upside down, spray them off, because they'll get all underneath of everything, and spray most of them off. Sit there and rub them. You'll squish a little bit. It's just they're a real pain once they get out of hand. Alrighty. Before I go, I know it's been over an hour, but before I go, I don't know if I missed any of your comments and like skipped way down to the bottom. If I did, anybody has any more questions or anything, go ahead and leave them real quick, or I'm going to go ahead and take off and leave you guys. and let you guys, I know everybody's tired. Y'all probably been shopping all day, and I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I forgot to say that right off the bat. You know, the happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope everybody had fun, stayed safe. This is just the beginning. Can y'all believe that Christmas is only like 4 weeks away? It's just crazy. So make sure you go ahead and enter. Hello, how are you doing? Love your channel. Awesome, appreciate it, and thank you for becoming a member, Carrie. That's awesome. I really love that. You guys, like I said, you guys help us keep this channel going. And that. Have a great weekend. Yeah, have a great weekend, CB. We'll catch you later. And CB, if you ever want to come on and be a guest on the show, let me know, and I'll send you a link. And you can come on here and tell everybody about your greenhouse and everything. Don't forget thumbs up. Yeah, if you would, please, thumbs up. Appreciate that. I can't see them on StreamYard here, so I don't know if I've got 1 or 0 or thumbs downs or whatever, but thanks, Mike. Luke's mom, thank you. Thank you. Bye, Songbird. Appreciate everybody coming in. Thanks for the Q&A anytime. I might come back on like next week and I'll let these grow again. Monday. We'll go ahead and just pop on here. So watch out for that. And I'll do the drawing. And if you guys can't make it in Monday, because I'm not going to be on for an hour. So if you miss me, check out the community post and I'll just post the winners there. And I think that when you enter on Gleam, you put your email address. So the 2 winners, I'll go ahead and email you. It'll say keepongrowing1@gmail.com. That'll be me. And I'll get your address and ship them out to you. Nice chandelier. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, and it's not even plugged in. We just have it up there. Like I said, my wife, this is going to be a stage for her to do her new show and everything. She's going to show how to make a bunch of different Christmas decorations. And then after Christmas, she's going to be redoing that and be doing different finishes and show everybody how to do those finishes. So it's going to be pretty cool. Hey, super chat from Carrie, $10. Thank you very much, Carrie. I really appreciate it. And you're a member too. Much love, man. That's like I said, it's you know, I really appreciate that. Thank you. You help, you know, keep this channel going, and you help everybody out because we're all like spreading the word out there, right? To everybody. Susan Hamilton, always good to see you. We'll catch you later. Good vibes, Juju. Good vibes. And let's see, Fisher finished gutter downspout grower this afternoon. Just got to get pool noodles. Awesome, cool. It's a little difficult. Summertime, they don't sell a whole lot of pool noodles, but luckily the Dollar Tree, people started using them for crafts. And there's all kinds of videos on YouTube like pool noodle crafts and everything. So they don't sell all the pool noodles like the colorful ones, but they did start selling, because it looks like Christmas, red, green, and white. So if you order any of the downspouts, instead of just green, you might get a little white and red, because that's all, you know, they were running short. I bought all the green ones. You want to see somebody look like they're crazy? Is like, I'm an older guy, summer's over, and I'm walking out up to the Dollar Tree or Walmart with an armful or a basket full of like 20 or 30 pool noodles at a time. So, but right now the Dollar Tree has like these different colors. And so for one pool noodle is 48 inches or 52 inches. You cut those about 3/4 of an inch long. You can get 48 or 50 of these out of each one for $1. You can't beat that. Bye, Mike. Later, Gina Bina. Catch you later. You can. Great live post. Awesome. Appreciate you coming in. All right. If nobody's got any more questions, I'm going to be finishing up. Y'all check down below. Like I said, if you're interested in, they've got a little hydroponic grower that's kind of like the Aero Garden. Amazon has one on sale for 40% off. That link's down there. My Etsy shop is down there, and I just put the downspouts back on sale. Buy one, get one free. The food grade containers, the larger ones, I don't have those buy one, get one free yet because I'm waiting on another shipment to come in. So I didn't want to get like a ton of orders and people be waiting on them. So when I get more of those in, I'll put those back on. But with the way the mail and everything's going right now and Christmas, it's kind of hard to tell if we're going to get them in or not. So basically it's just the downspouts right now. And then there's a little bit, I've got about 10 or 20, I think, of the seeds left, the microgreen seeds. We're going to give away those two. And I'm going to give away a couple more between now and Christmas. But then when I'm done with that batch, I'm not going to be selling the seeds anymore. So you guys go ahead and get those while they're out there. I think I've got 10 or 20 left, and then we're going to call it quits on that. I'm going to try and find somebody who can make some kind of sample pack like that for us. Hoo-ah, catch you later. Appreciate it. ZE. Everybody who's in here, 35 people still in here. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. You guys get out there, learn how to grow something. We do things like cheap and easy here, and make sure that you share it with everybody. Like I said, you can either just share this post or share this channel, or word of mouth, or you can just, whatever you're doing, maybe you've got your own, Facebook or something, share with them, and let's just teach everybody how they can do this, because there's just a couple of basic necessities in life. It's food, air, and water, and most of us depend on somebody else for food. So if you learn how to grow some of your own food, you're empowering yourself, and that way if things get tough, that you can at least provide for yourself, a little bit in that department. So it's a really empowering thing, and it's fun in the meantime too. All righty, Jeff, appreciate you coming in. We'll catch you later. Sean, much love, Sean. Happy holidays. Much love, everybody. Get out there. What do you say? Keep on growing, live to inspire, and be the change. Good night, everybody.